This is going to be hard to share correctly. My husband's job has ended. We were hoping that there were a couple different opportunities that we would be able to slot right into, and unfortunately neither of those worked out. It's just been this really long series of unfortunate events and us getting really hopeful and just this horrible roller coaster of emotions of getting really depressed and then really hopeful and then really anxious, and then like this has just been drawn out over 6 long months, and it's just been heartbreaking and lots of anxiety, and it's just been awful. But now we're at this point, and I've been holding off from saying much about this since January because I was hoping by this point I would have a solid plan to give to you, like, oh, we're moving to this location, or oh, we're staying in Vancouver forever. And unfortunately, that's not how it happened. Now we're just here and we don't know what's going to happen, and we don't know what our plan is. And we also have these added layers on top of it because we are living in a foreign country. There is a lot of visa stuff going on that we're not even sure about. And it's also just an incredibly high cost of living area. So we don't know viably how long we can stay here with not making any money. But then it's just a tricky thing if we don't actually know where to go next. All this to say, we're not sure. We don't actually know anything for sure yet. We're still trying to figure it out. And I'm not even like actively looking for any kind of advice. I'm just trying to get everybody updated on what is happening in our life. Because again, I have been hinting at this since January. And I feel like our lives are going to look different, and I feel like I need to be able to have people understand this. But here's the thing, we feel kind of okay for right now, for this moment, because his job never pays over the summer anyway, so we always planned to not have an income till the end of August. We have already saved up to live comfortably until the end of the summer, and so we're not freaking out too much right now. And the other thing is that we do have a healthy emergency fund saved up. So technically we have 6 months of emergency fund, but honestly, if we're able to make any more money on the side and then also live even more frugally than what was budgeted for, we can make that stretch out even longer. Not that I want to use all of our emergency fund, but it is there if we do need to use it all. And the other thing is that we love Vancouver. We love it here so much. We take full advantage of all of the beautiful nature and just the quality of life here. Like, we love everything about it. Not only that, we have worked really hard over the last 2+ years to build a life here. We have built up a community around us. We have built up a lot of friendships, and our kids have friends, and our son is starting school in the fall. And it is just crushing to think about just picking up and moving away from that, especially if we don't have anything specific to move towards. So it's like if my husband got a different job somewhere else, absolutely we would pick up and move there immediately and life would feel okay again. But the idea of just picking up to move somewhere else just to move somewhere else, it doesn't feel right to us. We are also actively trying to avoid moving to the US as much as possible. Again, if either of us happens to get a job there, we would do it. We would try to figure it out, make it work. And honestly, that is what we're doing. Like, both of us are looking at any kind of job in the US. I applied to a job in Maine the other day. And then my husband is looking at auditions all through Canada, the US, and any other country that pops up. Like, anything is fair game right now. So that's where we're at. It's very stressful. It's very anxious. It is not pretty. It's very messy, and I hate all of it. But it is where our life is at right now. But I did want to talk about a few more points. One, going back to the emergency fund. I am such a huge believer in emergency funds, and I'm so incredibly grateful that we did live for so long well under our means to be able to save up such a healthy emergency fund. And it is such a good buffer. It is such a good safety net that we are able to use right now, which is amazing because we're not in full crisis mode. Like, we're not in emergency. We just have to figure something out. We have to move out of here quick. We can take some time to figure out what our next moves are. And I'm such a big advocate of being as frugal as you need to be able to save up an emergency fund. I also wanted to talk again about the importance of living frugally. And this just is what I was just talking about. We managed to live well within our means for such a long time. And yes, we have inflated our lifestyle since he has gotten a bigger job and more of an income, but it is so much lower than what most people would still spend. And we just are frugal to our core still because we have learned how to be frugal over such a long time. We've always been this way. And it's also just really nice knowing that we can go back to being super frugal again, like kind of to an extreme level, because as much money that we can earn on the side right now, and added to that, as frugal as we can be to save as much money, it will just help us stretch our emergency fund to as long as it possibly can go. Is living super frugally fun? No. Is it worth it? Yes. The last note that I had is that it's going to look a little different on my channels for the next little while because unfortunately I have downgraded this to a hobby, but now that all of this is happening, I'm hoping that I can kind of make this into a source of income for our family. So I'm going to look to have more ads on my Instagram and on here, hopefully. I'm going to push my digital downloads more, and I'm even going to make even more. Like, I'm really looking forward to posting a debt calculator soon, and I just want to build even more financial stuff that I can help people with. And I'm probably going to talk about that a lot more. And like, I'm going to be pushing my digital downloads more. Hey. Hi. Obviously my kids just got home. This is the end of the video anyways, but I just wanted to kind of give everybody a life update because I feel like it's not fair to be sharing so much about my life but then not have you know what's going on. So just to let you know, it is very stressful over here. We are very anxious and we're just trying to figure it out, and I know that we will figure it out, and a year from now we're going to be in a much different situation, and this is just going to be a hard time that we can look back on and not laugh about because this is terrible, but we'll get through it. And we are still going to have a fun summer. Like, we already have certain things that we have, like, honestly already bought tickets for, and like we already have planned out. And so like, we're not going to just sit at home and not spend any money. We're still going to take full advantage of where we're at, and I just don't want this to affect my kids as much as possible, and we're still going to have a great time. But thank you so much for being here, and I really appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.